Welcome to the Blue Wave, an ITC Infotech podcast channel. I'm your host, Ria. Today, we explore the transformative power of UX design and how it can be a true game changer. UX design, short for user experience design, is so much more than just creating visually appealing interfaces. It's a strategic approach that puts users at the heart of the design process, crafting experiences that are not only delightful but also intuitive and efficient. In this episode, we'll unravel the secrets of UX design and discover why it can be a true game changer for businesses, products, and services alike. We have Ganesh G, Associate IT Consultant, ITC Infotech, who also is UX enthusiast. He will share his insights and experiences on the impact of thoughtful design on user satisfaction and business success. Welcome to the show, Ganesh.
Thank you, Ria, and I'm happy to be on the show.
What exactly is user experience, UX, and why is the role of a UX designer crucial in the ecosystem of product and service development?
UX is more of a journey of user experiences, right? And it's where I can, get the empathy on how you will be feeling using an app. Whether it's based on seeing its color or it's based on seeing how fast the application load, all of that comes into user experience. So UX is not just either colors or not just about how crazy it looks. It's about the whole experience of the application. This question, I think, would be raised by many people, right? But the main thing what a UX designer can do, he can actually make the process of building an application faster, right? Just think you have to develop a screen in code. It takes around 1 day or 2 days time. And you're like, this design is not good. What do? You have to again spend 2 days working on that. The cost increases. People think, having a UX designer is not cost effective, but it is. Same thing, a designer can redesign it in just 2 to 3 days, right? He can give you like 10, 15 iterations with a team. So what happens when you have 10, 15 iterations, you're clear in the picture of what you want. And then you pass it on to your development team. They'll develop the exact same screen. So what happens, you have saved a lot of money with the UX designer and the development keeps going on. Functionality adds in, the screens come in. That's where one key component in the tech industry where it works. The other thing is, if you really want to sell off a product, right, it's all over the presentation end of the day, right? You go to Udupi Sagar, Idli Vada is like $40, but you go for some Ashoka hotel or any of the top 5-star hotels, they charge you like 800 rupees. The only thing they'll give you is they'll give you sambar in 2 different colors, maybe not even in taste, and chutney in 2 different colors, right? They might give you a fancy name, rice flour, basil leaf, something, but end of the day it's the same content. And it's just like a brand seal, right? And you can make a product look rich or make it look poor. That's where UX design comes and plays in the role.
How can we bridge the gap between UX designers and tech developers to foster better collaboration and create exceptional products?
So I would say the main skill is communication there. UX designers, if they only concentrate on the users, right? If they do not have the technical expertise, they'll get the best designs out there, right? You'll have the beautiful looking app. But the same thing when they know tech as well, right? You know what are the constraints that is there in the application. Like, okay, this button can have only these many animations. Too much will increase the time. It will increase the load of the application. So what happens in the end, if there's a load in the application, even if it looks good, you're clicking on it, it takes like 1 minute, 2 minutes to load. And then you're gonna be like, I don't want to use this application because it's too slow. So when you're working with a tech team, it's always better to understand and learn tech rather than only thinking about the design. Many designers, they don't want to even think about what are the constraints there. So that's where there's a gap. Usually there's a fight between the tech team, UX team. It's a big news. But from where I've been working, luckily my tech team is like, okay, you give me the best design, let's make it happen, right? So that's the kind of bond you have to build with the tech team, and that's when you're going to be able to get your designs alive through the tech team.
communication undeniably holds the key to success in most relationships, whether it's between UX designers and tech developers or any other collaboration. Can you think of any brands that owe their success to their outstanding UX design?
Say Apple is the first example because their whole company does not follow just tech, they follow design, right? Example, when you're opening a PDF in Windows or anywhere, you have to click on it and then you have to go down, change it. But I've seen in Mac how it works is when there's a file, you can just click on that left and right, you can see roughly the content. So the tiniest detail, I mean, I wouldn't think, right? Okay, PDF, they should open, they should see the whole thing. But they're like, okay, you want to see there, we'll make sure it happens there. So that one small tiny detail shows how much they're concentrating on the users, right? And one more example is Google. Yahoo came out, it was the first ever search engine. It was just so cluttered, it was so slow, right? But it could have been the greatest. I have a Yahoo Mail still, but I don't use it. Everyone uses Google. The reason is, when you first go on the landing page of Google, it's just plain white, simple. It just asks you a question, you give it a prompt, it gives you the answers. So people were like, okay, fine, it just takes few seconds to load. Yahoo takes a lot of time. So user experience is not just been there now. Maybe the term has come now, but then it's been there from the start. It can be any product or anything in tech as well.
What valuable tips or suggestions do you have for beginners in the field of user experience, UX, design?
First thing is to experiment through a lot of courses because there's a lot of courses in the market. And the one course I started was the Google UX design, which is pretty famous among many people because that gives you a strong foundation. And there are other courses, which sharpens your skill and makes you better. And the second thing is mentorship, getting the right person to mentor you. How you put together your portfolio, right? The storytelling of how good your designs look does not matter. End of the day, anywhere you go. It's about what you tell about your design. It's about how you sell your design, right? UX design is also about sales, maybe, in such a way that you're selling your design, telling like, okay, so and so, right? I'm not taking the example of Apple again, but each thing they do, they present it well, right? They sell it off to you. You really want it. You have to be like the Wolf of Wall Street. You have to just sell the pen. So those are the core key components of being a UX designer or whatever you want to be end of the day.
So, whether you're a designer looking to hone your skills or a business leader aiming to elevate your brand, understanding the significance of UX design can be a game changer. That's all for today's episode. Thank you, Ganesh, for sharing your expertise with our listeners. We hope you're inspired to embrace the power of UX design and unlock the potential of transformative experiences. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like the video and comment on the Yammer community. Until next time.